Well, we've been trying to get the tech to work for like 3 months, it feels like. We've actually been sitting here trying to record, but we've been so busy fighting with our microphones.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason we've been absent for so long. It's a tech issue or something.
Yeah, we've been muted this whole time. It's a very long podcast episode.
We tried 7 times. We got through 7 whole episodes before we realized we were muted.
We're on a roll, so everything's gonna feel very duplicate.
Yeah, real deja vu. Anyway. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is the Adventure Twins podcast. We're two twins who talk about one of our favorite shows, Adventure Time. I'm Jacob.
I'm John.
And today's episode, we are talking about Season 1, Episode 17, When Wedding Bells Thaw. This episode was released on June 28th, 2010, written by Kent Osborne and Nikki Yang. And in this episode, Finn and Jake are suspicious when the Ice King announces he's engaged to a willing participant.
Ooh, we wouldn't expect that, because every time we see Ice King at this point, he's still full creep Ice King, where he's kidnapping princesses, and he's still a clear villain in early Adventure Time.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm exhausted already. I don't know. Initial thoughts. What do you like about that? What do you think?
My very first thought is I don't remember this episode at all. I could not tell you a thing about this one.
I was the exact same way, where watching this, I'm like, I don't remember this. Like, it came back a little bit when I finished it, but like, when I was like, typing up my notes before starting the episode, I'm like, I don't think I remember this episode. And for it to be so early into the show and to just not remember it at all.
It's not one they reran a whole bunch, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because I know they're not A and B episodes anymore, but like I just don't remember them showing this one very often on TV.
Yeah. And we're not to a point yet in the show where there are necessarily filler episodes, because every episode is just kind of standalone. And there's no like follow through on each episode. It just kind of is its own thing. But somehow this one feels like a filler episode.
Yeah, 100%. 100% a filler episode.
Yeah, it's just very fine.
The episode starts like any other episode, a completely random thing that has no relation to the plot. So Jake is playing is it a viola or a violin?
Anyway, yeah, so Jake starts by playing the viola, and just nice, peaceful.
Finn is totally zonked out on the couch, like he's listening to a good Floyd record. It gives me big Solitude and E minor vibes from SpongeBob, if you remember that.
Yeah, E minor!
E minor, yeah! And the second he plays it, Patrick's like zonked out.
Yeah, Finn is just so knocked out, mouth opening, is like, Jake's like, why do you look like this? Oh, this is how I look when I listen to music. And he's like, oh, right. Yeah. Well, I'm going to bring it up a notch. And he plays more or less the exact same thing.
Yeah,
the same style of music. It was like in a slightly different key. It might have been like a half step down or something, but like it's the same thing. And his face goes immediately back. And his just open mouth, agape, kind of zoned out, kind of.
And then they get a knock on the door, and it's none other than Ice King is at their house. And it made me think, is this the first time we've seen Ice King outside of the Ice Kingdom? Like, has he just come to visit Finn and Jake? He's clearly looking at directions like, oh, is this the right house?
He's like, do I, is this the right address? This, I think, is the first time you see Ice King outside of Ice Kingdom.
I think so. It's just like him hanging out with the boys, I think that's fun.
Yeah.
But do they have addresses in Ooh? I don't know. How do you even get there?
I think they have addresses within the kingdoms, maybe? You just kind of know where people are. I don't know. Some of the world building isn't really that established yet, but
nor is it relevant.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
I do like that they're immediately on the defensive and attack the Ice King as they should for getting up there.
And doors open and it's like flying kick to his face.
Finn does a cool sword flip where he like throws it into the air, lets it do like a 360, and he catches it. And then just Oh man, what is it? Oh, I made a note. Yeah, he has a really cool combat scene. I said cool sword flip was necessary. Gets smacked with the beard. The combat is fun. Because he went for a flying kick after he got the sword away or something and gets smacked by Ice King's beard. I don't know. For such a short little action sequence, I like it.
And then, of course, Ice King admits that he's not there to fight them, but he's just letting them know that he's actually just engaged to a princess. They call her a princess, but she's like an old lady princess. I don't know if they ever establish what princess she is, but she's an old princess who's tied up in rope on a wagon being carried by penguins.
Yeah. And she says, they say hi to her, and she just goes, "Hey, cool guy." And she sounds like super young despite her like old, decrepit lady energy.
I thought that the whole time, because she talks a few other times, like thanking Jake for a few things, and she has very young voice for being
100%.
Probably old lady princess, for a better lack of name.
Old lady carried around in a wagon by penguins.
Yeah. She's off on her bachelorette party, and Ice King is sad that nobody is taking him on a, quote, manlorette party, because he doesn't know bachelor party.
He's a silly Billy.
Manlorette party. Yeah.
He's such a silly Billy. So, you had a bachelor party once, or a manlorette party?
I did have a manlorette party.
How does it compare to Ice King's?
Ice King's looked fun. I have notes about what theirs looks like. His felt very standard manlorette party. I mean, they go out clubbing, they get in a fight at the club, they go out drinking, they get in a fight at the bar, and then they go tubing, except it's like giant leaves, but they essentially go tubing, and he's being a nuance. Rafting, yeah, that's good.
On a leaf raft.
But mine was not like that. We went to Shiner, Texas, and we went to the Spotzel Brewery. Spotzel. We went to go where they brew Shiner, which is my favorite beer.
And I actually,
yeah, I fought Mr. Shiner. He gave me a big old shiner in my eye, I tell you what. Oh, buddy, Shiner's my favorite beer of all time, and I tracked how many I have drank on the Untapped app, and I had my 100th Shiner Bock from the Spotzel Brewery on draft. And so I got my little free beer as part of doing the tour. One of 3, I'll throw in there. And I got my 100th Shiner right there on my bachelor party. And so that was very fulfilling for me.
Nice. I like when they go like in the bear cave and they club with all the bears, and they're kind of like Care Bears because they've all got like a symbol on their chest, and one of the symbols is just like a piece of poop. But there's like this cute bear with a heart that like gives a little wink and a kissy face to Ice Bear, or not to Ice Bear, to Ice King. And Ice King is like kind of like, ooh, he's like being flirted with. But then this really grizzled kind of bear comes up and he's like missing part of his ear.
Still like a teddy bear, but like he's a grizzly,
just like really
tough
cute
teddy bear.
And he immediately is getting defensive, and so he beats the shit out of Ice King. I don't know. I like that his bachelor party is just getting the shit beat out of him.
I like how it's the party bears, because the party bears do show up, and they do in fact still party. That's like their whole thing is the party bears.
They know how to party. Anyway, it's a fun little bachelor party. It's just a quick little montage. There's no dialogue. There's not even like diegetic sound. It's just music, I think.
Yeah, it's just the music over it. It's a fun montage. The moral of the story is Ice King is just a crappy guy to hang out with.
Yeah.
He's just not a fun guy. To quote SpongeBob again, it reminds me of when Patrick and SpongeBob are like, yeah, we're doing hip, cool things because Mr. Krabs feels old. Mm-hmm. And then they realize that SpongeBob and Patrick are just lame. They're not fun people.
Yeah.
They're kids.
You're losers.
Until
I can't remember the whole line. Dorks. Weebs. Speaking
Guess
of
you're
SpongeBob,
gonna miss the panty raid.
You're talking about girls, huh? Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so they end the montage, and
one of the thing that came to my mind was Ice King goes on this manlorette party, and he brings 2 people that he's not exactly close with, because obviously Ice King doesn't have any friends. And it made me think of a lot of in today's day, a lot of bachelorette parties or bachelor parties, a lot of people bring people that they feel obligated to bring. So they're going on these trips that they don't necessarily want to be on. Um, I don't have like a question or something related to. It's just an observation of people feel like, oh, I have to bring like my future mother-in-law on my trip to Vegas, and it's like, why would you do that though? Like, you don't have to bring your 60-year-old grandma on a bachelorette trip. That's not how those things work. Why is everybody bringing like kids and adults and like grandparents now on bachelor parties and stuff? It's weird.
I've never seen that before.
It's pretty common down here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a southern thing, but yeah, like every other person I see is like bringing their like not grandparents, but they're bringing like older people on their trips like this. And it's very strange to me.
I mean, you had an older guy on your trip.
I did, but that was different. My bachelor trip was hardly like a true bachelor trip if you think about it.
Yeah, it was just kind of all of the groomsmen, except for the ones you're literally related to and one other, couldn't make it. So.
It was quite literally my family and Ryan's essentially family anyways. So we all went to a brewery, which is something we do together every time we see each other. So there's really nothing felt special other than it was my bachelor party, so it was fun, and I didn't have to pay for anything. But it was fun.
We went
I had
to
a
a
great
Mexican
time.
restaurant afterwards.
We did, and we stayed at B&B, and we played some pool and kept drinking more Shiner, and really the bachelor trip was like 3 days long, because then we would just like dick around and play like disc golf and stuff. It was fun.
Oh yeah, we did just do dick around a lot for the next day at least.
Because we didn't do anything. We just again dicked around. All
we just
time.
chilled. It was fun. It was chilling.
It was fun, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want any party bears or floating down the river on a leaf or anything.
I don't know. That sounds pretty chill.
And anyways, maybe it's a southern thing, but a lot of people are inviting people out of a feel obligation to bachelor trips and bachelorette trips instead of like grabbing your closest buddies and going getting shit faced. It's become very like a formality thing that you feel obligated to do with some people. It's very strange culture that I don't agree with.
When they finished the bachelor party, Ice King wants to just kind of keep celebrating because he's clearly had a great time. So he makes a little sentient snowball, and they kind of giggle together for a sequence, and then he just immediately chucks it on the ground and kills it. I'm like, what a monster.
He is unhinged, but that snowball was very cute. It's a little chuckle. It was very fun.
And then Finn and Jake, they get on board with Ice King getting married because they realize, oh, wait a second, if he's married, he's not going to kidnap any other princesses. So they're all like, oh, yeah, we're all in on this marriage. But then, no pun intended, he gets cold feet.
Whoa.
Yeah, Ice King starts to be like, oh, wait a second. No princesses anymore, huh? He was like, oh, I'm starting to have some doubts. It's like 80%. I'm positive. Certain 80%.
He gets very wishy-washy on the whole thing, and then decides he actually doesn't think he wants to do the whole marriage thing anymore.
Yeah.
But then he gets... They try to talk him into it, so Jake goes first, and it's like, come on, like, you should really get married. It'll be great. And he just goes, really? And then Jake comes back to Finn, looking defeated and like beat up. He goes, oh, man, that guy's good. And literally one question, he could not back it up.
He's like, a guy like you would love this. Why? Ah, poots, that guy is good. So Finn goes up and tries to convince Ice King of the wonders of marriage and just points out how they could be like a couple of old swans growing old together. And you look and it's two old swans giving each other a kiss, and then the male swan just devours and swallows the female swan whole.
Full on eats the swan, like the girl. I guess like praying mantises do that,
like
kind of.
Like a boa constrictor just opens up the gullet and just swallows her. And so that convinces Ice King because he's like, oh, wait a second. Marriage means I can...
I wrote it down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Marriage is a thing that allows you to capture a princess forever and let her live inside of me.
Okay, yeah. And is that what marriage is like?
Maybe it's a metaphor for something. I don't know what it is, but I'll think on it. I could not tell you what he meant by that quote.
And they're like, you know what? I guess that's enough reasoning for us. Sure. They're like, I guess as long as he's not gonna kidnap any more princess. They're like, let him live whatever marriage he wants, I guess.
So he decides to get remarried, or not remarried, but go through with it.
And so they go up to his wedding the next day, and I like that they both have little bow ties. They're wearing their same thing they normally
cute.
wear.
All the penguins are wearing bow ties. Yeah. It's very cute.
And I just like it. It's a fun little like, oh, how do you show someone's going to a wedding? It's like the same thing they always wear, but now with a bow tie.
I like Jake's even wearing a bow tie, because where does he tie the thing to?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't show the wraparound on his neck.
Yeah, because he wears...
It's just hanging there.
He wears underwear under his... Because they give him like a human body or whatever. And he has underwear in the one episode.
Yeah, the Witch's Garden.
Yeah. I don't remember.
But that was a human body. This is a dog body.
They do specify it changes it to a human body or something.
Yeah,
They don't just like shape it.
I like they walk into the Ice Kingdom, and one of the penguins, Gunter, maybe Gunther, Gunts, is playing like an iceberg, kind of like a marimba. And that was just cute for me.
I didn't even notice that one.
Yeah, it's right up front. He's just banging away with his little cord things.
So Ice King like goes through all the nuptials. And do you remember what signifies that someone is now the queen of the Ice Kingdom?
I couldn't quite figure. No, I got a little lost here. I was overwhelmed by the like sash he was wearing that made him look like a Chewbacca.
They have to touch the beard from above, so they get like tied up and hoisted above and slowly lowered down. And when you touch the beard from above, you become married.
I like they see the bride, old lady princess, tied up, and Finn is just like, Finn or Jake, or one of them was just like, your bride likes being tied up, and I think like, well, some people are into that.
No, yeah, I mean, I've been to weddings with mild bondage.
Interesting.
It was like a hand tying ceremony. It's actually not uncommon.
Oh, that's okay.
It's not like they were like in full bondage.
I was picturing something entirely different, so my mind really went to the gutter there.
Yeah, shame. This is a wedding. This is a sacred thing between an Ice King and an old woman princess.
An old lady princess. But then they look into the old lady princess's eyes and realize that they're like way glossed over. She's crying, but she's still saying she's happy to be there. And they look closely into her eyes and they see old lady princess trapped in a jail cell within her eyes.
Oh, I thought that was super cool. Like the iris of the eye or the pupil is actually like bars to a jail cell, and the actual old lady princess is just stuck within there. I was like, oh, that's actually a really cool kind of like detail.
Of course, you know, the whole episode's too good to be true. Of course, there's not an old lady princess who is willingly going to marry Ice King. Mm-hmm. She's like trapped and like she's brainwashed, essentially, is what the word they use. So obviously that's how
it's a
how
ring
that goes.
That the Ice King put on, and as soon as he put the ring on her, she fell madly in love with him.
That was it, yeah.
I don't remember why that sounded so familiar, of like a cursed magic ring that makes you fall in love or something. Or maybe it was like a cursed ring that kind of like grows onto your body. Maybe I'm thinking of Earth 3 Green Lantern, or Power Ring, as he's known in the DC Comics. The ring, as opposed to being powered by will, like the regular Green Lantern ring, it's like powered by like how weak the actual user is, and so it like kind of like grows and infects the human's body or the wearer's body or something. Maybe. I'm just spitballing ideas.
We might have to talk about that more in our Green Lantern podcast. Yeah. That's a separate thing. The old lady princess from behind the eye is just like, are you kidding? I'd rather die than marry the Ice King. That reminds me of working at camp. I had on-site day camp coming in, and so these kids would like come in the morning, do camp, and then leave around dinner time. And so they were just some like local kids or whatever. And every day they get to go swimming at least once. And every single day this week, right when it's about time for being swimming, lightning would go or it'd start raining. So they never got to swim the whole time. And so we always had to do a backup activity, which always was arts and crafts. And we get to our third day in a row of no swimming and going to arts and crafts. I remember having a kid, elementary schooler, going, I'd rather kill myself than go back to arts and crafts. And I'm like, cool. That's a thing that I don't feel comfortable unpacking with you, but that's okay.
I also didn't want to go to arts and crafts again.
To be fair, I didn't want to. Yeah, the kids didn't want to be there. They wanted to swim. I'm like, you will die if you swim. Like, I'll die if I go to arts and crafts too.
And it was always right before activities that it would lightning. And it's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's been fine all day except the time you want to go swimming.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. It's like we were being punished for wanting to swim. We never did swim that week. It was very sad. And I really wanted to swim.
I think I went the whole summer kids swimming like once.
Yeah.
Well, in my job, I didn't swim.
So they try to defeat Ice King, obviously, and he freezes their feet. And I made the exact same joke you've already made, but talk about cold feet. Yeah, the pun writes itself.
They get into a little fight, and Ice King says a specific line. Did you make note of that?
No, I didn't.
Ice King says, "Nothing can stop me now."
That's fun.
Yeah. And I immediately got the Mickey's Runaway Railway stuck in my head again.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
Well, I guess there's nothing can stop us now.
Yeah, well...
Wait, no.
Yeah.
It starts because it's just Mickey singing, right?
Nothing can stop us now. Nothing
Mouse.
can stop... No, it is Nothing Can Stop Us Now. I'm Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse, the Mouse Man.
I'm Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Those
you
are the
know,
official
Mickey's
lyrics.
Runaway Rail, or whatever it is from Disney.
Mickey's Runaway Railway, I think is what it is.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing can stop us now. I'm Mickey Mouse, the Mouse Man.
Yeah, so they get into a fight and strangle Iceman's nose. Ice King. I'm zoning out.
That's okay. They beat him up, and he goes in for the kiss, and they've managed to trick, and it's actually Jake's hand touching his beard. So Jake and Ice King technically got married.
Yeah. Good for them. And then the episode ends with them just like back home chilling, and they're like, oh man, everything's better now. And they're like, oh, except for this. And it's Ice King knocking on the door trying to invite them to their unmarried party. So he basically wants to have a divorce party. So
yeah,
I guess he got divorced. So shame on you.
It was a fine ending. I mean, it wasn't like we don't know how to end this. Let's just do something completely random, which those are fun. It was like, all right, we found the reveal, and now they just kind of did a very rushed ending. I wasn't a huge. It's forgettable.
Yeah, I mean, so is this whole episode.
Yeah.
Complete honesty.
I mean, you were literally zoning out, and like I couldn't tell you what happened. Yeah. There are some funny parts. I like the Man-Lorette party montage, but like overall, it's a
pretty forgettable episode.
It exists. That's going to be a lot
bad. I don't know if there's necessarily a bad episode of the show, but this is not one where I'd be like, you have to watch this. This is such a groundbreaking show. You'd watch this one and be like, all right, yeah, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, the ones where even I don't remember a thing about. We're gonna hit some of those. Yeah. Some of them I'm like, oh my god, classic episode right here. This one is not one of those episodes.
I like that the snowman is an officiant for the wedding.
I thought that was fun. He had old Starchy's voice.
Oh, cool.
You noticed that?
No, I didn't. Yeah. Well, got any closing thoughts on this one?
No. I have no closing thoughts.
This certainly is an episode of Adventure Time.
This is Adventure Time.
I think this is time for a different episode. Adventure Time to get a new watch. All right, let's just get out of here. This is long enough. All right, bye.
Yeah, okay.